Time is both a gift and currency. We all have been given 168 hours. You could have been taught how to do something that demands you incorporate business in your journey. But you may have not been skilled in acquiring people skills, only to find yourself having the skill to open the business that should bring about success for you, but your people skills have never been developed. And so you don't understand the importance of community, you don't understand it.
And then the community itself.
If I'm a 5, guess who I'm gonna more than likely hang around? 1, 2s, and 3s.
I enjoyed the seminar today. It was very informative. It will help me improve my life as I move forward in my next phase of life.
And there's an encouragement and a level of accountability.
I really enjoyed the class today. And this is the next season of my life. And this is very helpful for me because I'm an empty nester. And now it's all about Tina and where I should be going. And this is very helpful to me.
Once you go into denial and excuses, you imprison yourself from all possibilities. Wow. Anybody have ever met somebody when they open their mouth, you say, well, I can't help you. The more you understand your vision in life, meaning this is what I'm trying to do in the next year, it determines what time you go to bed. It determines what time you get up. It determines what book you read. When life purpose is not discovered, life then is not appreciated at its best. Why? You disregard a lot of things. For a person who don't know their purpose, they don't have meaning.
Coach Ricardo delivered information that was educational, that's beneficial, and his content is always good. I want to encourage everyone, if you have not connected with the Effective Living community, you are missing out on abilities to evolve and grow. You becoming better each and every day.
As long as you're holding on to blame and denial, you'll never live life effectively.
Good morning, beautiful people. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller, and I have to challenge you. I have to challenge you. I have to challenge you. We've been saying fourth quarter strong for a reason. The reason why I'm all about fourth quarter strong, because days are expensive, and to be given a day, to be given this month, to be given these remaining weeks within 2021 and to not capitalize on it, come on, you're not a loser, you're a winner. You were born to win. Your mere existence that you're still here today is an indication that God's not done with you. But you got to be hungry. You got to be determined. You got to be willing. You got to be strong. You got to be a fighter. You got to tell yourself, I won't be denied. You've got to tell yourself, I won't be denied. I don't care where you're watching this. Share it with someone right now. Together, we're going up to the top, and we're discovering the principles of winning. Okay, you've got to keep going even when it's hard. You got to keep going even when it hurts. You got to keep going because you're on to something. And let me tell you something, when you're on to something, you're going to have to let the fighter in you come up and say, I'm coming for all that belongs to me. You know, through my coaching program, my goal is to help people take control of their lives, but I can't take them where they don't want to go. You've got to want it. You got to want it so bad that you said, man, listen, I'm hungry. I'm determined. I'm prepared to get up early. I'm prepared to stay up late. I'm prepared, man. I'm going to do what I got to do to get to where I'm trying to go. The rest of my life is going to be the best of my life. I've been saying that. Everyone in my coaching community is saying that. The question is, what are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to yourself? So as you're watching this, I want you to do me a favor. Get a pen, get a paper, or do simply this. Write these points in the comment section. You're going to need these. These are some nevers. These are nevers. Never. You know, someone said to me years ago, never say never. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. These are nevers. Never, 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 never. So I'm pushing some nevers. On your journey to living life effectively, I want you to embrace these nevers. Okay? These are real. Understand them. See, something you don't know could be hurting you. And if you don't pursue what you need to know, you could find yourself being hurt for a long time. The Bible says it this way: my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. It could be that you're God's child, ordained, blessed, and favored by him to be in the world that we are in today. You are here today, blessed to have another day. But unfortunately, you could be going through some extreme hardship because you are violating some rules to living life effectively. That's the reason why you need my book. That's the reason why you need to connect with the community. Find those who are talking like you need to be hearing, like the talking the talk, who are walking the walk and have the mindset for success, and stay as close to them as possible. Here are my nevers. So the ones that stood out to you the most, I want you to write them in the comment section. The ones that stood out to you the most, I want you to carry them with you today. Never say never. Let's push that out of the window and let's go for this, okay? Number one, never seek approval. Never seek approval. Unfortunately, we've been poorly conditioned to seek approval. We want everybody to give a thumbs up. As a matter of fact, social media is built around the whole idea of likes and the whole idea of followers. And so the whole approval thing is bred into the whole social media thing. And to be on social media and not seek approval, one must be very conscious of who you are. And there are a lot of people who are angry. Guess who didn't like my stuff? None of my family ever liked my stuff. None of my friends ever follow my stuff. And let me tell you something, you got to like yourself. But never seek approval. Do the work to discover who you are and understand. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to feel you. Now everybody's not going to, that's okay. But what I want you to know, never seek approval. Seek self-discovery instead. Seek self-mastery instead. But don't seek approval. Okay? Number two, never beg for attention. Never beg for attention. You're beautiful. You have something to offer humanity. You got to get to the point where you like you enough that you're not begging for attention. As a matter of fact, I've been taught years ago, you just simply need to decide, I'm going to be so good that I can't be ignored. Okay? I'm going to keep developing myself. I'm going to keep developing myself. But I'm not going to beg for no attention. I'm going to become good enough that you know me. I'm not going nowhere. And I ain't begging for attention. I'm just going to keep sharpening the saw. I'm going to keep developing my skills. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep getting better. And as I get better, I'm going to start attracting all that belongs to me. Come on. As I get better, I'm going to start attracting all that belongs to me. But don't seek approval. Never seek approval. Watch this. Never beg for attention. Never beg for attention. Keep getting better. Number three, never quit. Never quit on your purpose, on your dream, on becoming better. Okay? There are people who they start working on getting better and then they stop. They start working on the self-discovery and then they stop. They start working on finding the thing. Listen, never quit when it's life's purpose. Never quit when it's about you getting better. Never quit when it is about your dreams and aspirations that has been placed within your heart by the Creator. Don't quit. Never quit. Slow down if you must, but don't quit. Slow down if you must, but don't quit. Keep on chucking. Keep on chucking. There are so many people out there who thought Ricardo Miller would have been gone by now. But Ricardo Miller ain't no quitter. Ricardo Miller believes in baby steps. Ricardo believes in resting as necessary, but Ricardo ain't no quitter, baby. Oh, Ricardo ain't no quitter. Okay? And Ricardo is committed to getting better with it. So the truth is, never quit on self-improvement. Never quit on yourself. Okay? Never quit on the idea that your vision can come to pass. Make adjustments as necessary, but never quit. Denola, never quit. Okay? Lynette, never quit. You got to get to the point, Billy, never quit. You got to get to the point where you're deciding, this is what I see in front of me, and there may be detours, there may be roadblocks. Come on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the necessary adjustment, and I'm going to keep on chucking. I'm going to keep on chucking. The rest of my life is going to be the best of my life because I'm quit. I may have lost my job, but I won't quit. My friends may have cut me off, but I won't quit. Come on. I may not have light in my home, but I won't quit. Come on. I may not have a car, but I won't quit. I may not do, but let me tell you something. I'm committed. I'm committed to learning how to discover what I need to discover. And as I discover it, I'm going to never quit in applying the principles that I need to apply to create the life that I desire. Okay, so number 4, never suppress. Watch this. Never suppress your voice. Never suppress your voice. Something needs to be said, say it. There are too many people who are depressed, frustrated, angry, mad, just outright in a bad place because they've never learned how to properly express themselves. You want to learn how to express yourself. Never suppress your voice. God has given you a voice for a reason. Learn how to embrace the voice to which God has given you. Now, in your pursuit to learn how to express yourself, you have to understand anger, if not monitored, could find itself making you wrong and causing you to hurt yourself. When I say never suppress yourself, I'm not saying violate other people by angry outbursts. I'm saying learn how to properly express yourself. There is a way to express yourself to the point where you no longer allow your voice to be suppressed. Oh, listen, you are not created to have a thought that is supposed to bless humanity and keep it to yourself. If God gave it to you to bless humanity, you need to ask God, when do I need to speak? How do I need to speak? To whom do I need to speak? But I am going to speak. Can I get somebody to declare with me, I am never going to suppress my voice? I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for the hour to which we live in, while I am here talking to the world via Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And I've come to the point where I'm not suppressing my voice for anyone. I just want to help humanity to figure out that there's a right way to live. And one of those ways is for you to discover principles that are necessary for you to open the combination to the lock that allows you to live life to the fullest, the lock that everyone else is walking past because they don't want to do the work to figure out the numbers on that combination lock. I'm telling you, there's a greater level of success on the other side of you deciding to discipline yourself to figure out those numbers. Life at its best is a combination lock where the numbers have to be discovered in order for you to embrace life. So you got to get to the point where you realize you have something to say. Learn how to say it. I had to join Toastmasters to learn how to say it. I had to get mentors and coaches in my life to learn how to say it. But at the end of the day, get to the point where you don't suppress your voice. Embrace your voice. Discover your voice. Maximize your voice. So that in your lifetime, you can become the person that God created you to be. Come on, you want to become the person that God has created you to be. Maybe you need help. Well, check this out. I'll be right back after this.
Are you looking for a captivating speaker for your next group meeting or event? Book Coach Ricardo Miller. His turnaround story is inspiring, and as a leader's leader, he is committed to holistic development. Whether virtual or in person, Coach Ricardo will deliver a message for your conference, workshop, seminar, or retreat in the United States or around the world that will be unforgettable and life-enhancing. Visit www.ricardomiller.com for more information.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about some things you ought never to do. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller, and I just want to help you be your best version of yourself. We're on a journey discovering the principles that we need to discover to live life effectively. Now, here's the deal. Someone who's watching this today, you know that you're not where you belong. The question is, are you doing the work to make sure that in your pursuit to living life to the fullest, you are discovering the principles that will make life work for you? It's possible to live for a long time and not figure out the principles that make life come alive, only to discover that you never really lived. You never really lived. I want to help as many people to learn how to live to the fullest. And so today I'm talking about 8 nevers, okay? Nevers, never. Number 1 was never seek approval. Number 2 is never beg for attention. Number 3, never quit. Number 4 was never suppress your voice. But here's number 5. You ready for number 5? Number 5, never react in anger. Never react in anger. I grew up in the Bahamas and I was a problematic kid. I got in a lot of trouble, and anger was a big part of why I got in a lot of trouble, because I never learned how to manage my emotions. I never learned how to manage the feeling that will come out in the form of anger. I've now come to accept that when that anger, watch this, y'all, I've come to accept that anger is a weak emotion. It's a weak emotion where if you get to the point where you lose yourself, okay, when you get to the point where you lose yourself, you find yourself now regretting having responded the way you responded. So I say never react in anger. React in wisdom, okay? React in God's timing. React in truth. React in an unregrettable way. But don't ever react in anger. If you react in anger, you could find yourself regretting having reacted when you reacted. A lot of parents have hurt their children eternally. Literally, kids have grown into be adults who are hurt because their parents reacted when they were angry. Marriages are destroyed because someone reacted when they were angry. Okay, there are people who've lost their jobs because they reacted when they were angry. You have to learn how to control your emotions. And I had to learn that the hard way. I was a street folk, man. I'm telling you, I had an anger issue. I would snap in a minute. And then there are people who will tell you, embrace your anger because you gotta listen. You gotta let nobody take. And this and that. And let me tell you something. I'm just angry. Well, don't allow your anger to cause you to lose your child. Don't allow your anger to cause you to lose your marriage. Don't allow your anger to cause you to lose your job. Don't allow your anger to cause you to lose a relationship. So what I will suggest to you is never react in anger. React in wisdom. React with maturity. React like a sound mind. Like a person who understands. There are multiple ways I can respond, and today I'm choosing not to respond in an angry way. I could be angry. I know how to respond in anger, but I'm not going to respond in anger. This is for somebody today, and you need to share this video. Somebody needs to know that there are certain things you ought to do on your journey to living life effectively. There are some things you need to not do. Danola, it's so good to see you. Nathaniel, it's so good to see you online. Let me tell you something. Let's all continue to go to new levels and new heights, because someone is going to excel this year, ending the year strong and getting better in every area of their life. My question is, why not you? Let's go to the next one. Never make excuses. Never make excuses. I don't like excuses. In my book, Effective Living, I talk about the crippling effect of excuses. You want to get to the point where you start to realize, I don't make excuses, I make adjustments. Okay, I don't make excuses, I make adjustments. Let me tell you the thing about excuses. There will always be something you can say to justify why you did not do what you should have done. There will always be an excuse that will try to make itself present for you to use it so that you can feel as though you got away with expressing yourself when it was a weak response. Kill the whole concept of excuses and manner. Okay? Become that woman that learned to just simply accept it is what it is. Apologize and move on. Learn from it and move on. Adjust the behavior and move on. But don't live your life feeding the concept of excuses. Let me tell you something about excuses. Excuses has a tendency of attracting a tribe, a community. There are people that will reinforce your weak excuse. There are people who will feed your weak excuse. You got to get to the point where you say, I don't make excuses, I make adjustments. So there are people, if you're not careful, you can find yourself attracting a tribe, a group of people who, when you make your excuse, they have a tendency of encouraging you to embrace your excuse, which now becomes a stronghold, which now becomes a limited idea that you're holding on to that can cause you to be, watch this, stuck, stagnated, and eventually frustrated because you are living your life with excuses. Are what losers use to justify why they're not moving forward, why they're not making things happen. Live a life of necessary adjustments as needed, rather than making a life full of excuses. People who make a lot of excuses will find themselves living on the porch of regret. Okay? People who make a lot of excuses will find themselves living on the porch of regret. The next never is never blame others. Never blame others. Just outright get to the point where you realize I'm responsible for creating the life that I desire. There are some people out there, every reason for their level of frustration or lack of success is the fault of someone else. They're blaming everybody. There are some people who are full-grown adults still blaming their parents. There are some people they've been out of school for 25 years. They're still blaming the educational system when you should have been a lifelong learner. In the 25 years you have left school, you could have re-educated yourself to a degree where you're smarter than everybody in the school that you came from. Okay? But there are some people who are still using the crutch of blaming the school system for why they are where they are, blaming their parents who they are now adults and they're still blaming their parents. Straight up loser behavior. Okay? Straight up loser behavior. Blaming your parents, blaming the educational system, blaming the government, blaming the church, blaming the boss. Let me tell you something. You are responsible for the life you're creating. And if you don't like your life, you can make the necessary adjustment needed so you can become the person that you were destined to be. Now, here's what that means. You may not be able to make all of the strong necessary adjustments today, but you can start making the necessary adjustments every day so that over time, you're not still using the same old blame game. Oh, it's him. Oh, it's her. Oh, it's them. Blaming is not the way to effective living. Taking responsibility for your life is the way for effective living. So if you're blaming others, chances are you're not taking responsibility for your life. If you're not taking responsibility for your life, you will never live your best life. You will never live your best life until you take responsibility for your life. Last but not least, never doubt yourself. This is a hard one because psychologically, at the very core of our very self, we've been programmed, okay? We've been programmed from childhood and early development stages where we've been told things that's causing us to feed from those things that we've been told to doubt ourselves. Well, I'm not a confident person. I've never been a confident person. I'm not a talker. You know, everybody know I'm not a talker. Well, I'm just never going to be good with money. Why are you saying that? Where did you get that from? Don't doubt yourself. Never doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. We've heard that. But most people aren't prepared to do the work to become the person that can be confidently showing up in the world so that you can get what you're supposed to get. You are responsible for developing yourself to a degree where your confidence level is showing up appropriately in all of the respective areas that you're supposed to show up in. Don't doubt yourself. Develop yourself so that as you get older, your confidence is growing with the respect of how you have now evolved in knowing what you need to know so that you can represent how you're supposed to represent in the areas where you need to represent. You used to be a parent, then you need to now not doubt in this area that your ability now to raise a child and allow them to go to college and become an adult and do really well. Let me tell you something. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you to help you to get to where you're trying to go? See, the work that one must do, to chip away all of that negative stuff, that's the reason why I have my exclusive group coaching community. Monday to Friday, we're coming together and we're chipping away, addressing the stuff that needed to be addressed. Because there's just so many bad ideas out there that people are holding on to that's hurting them from ever becoming their best self. Doubting yourself? If there's anybody that ought to believe in you, should be you. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller, and I'm telling you, believe in you. You got to believe in you when no one else believes in you. Our group community, our group coaching community here on Facebook is an exclusive community. It's amazing what's happening in the community. Check this out. I'll be right back.
Effective Living offers life management group coaching. This is a great introductory option for those who are ready for guidance to structure your life in such a way where there is a harmonious balance between having enthusiasm for what you need to do, coupled with fulfillment of doing what you want to do. Join our group coaching program today to start creating a life you don't need to take a vacation from. More information about our group coaching program can be found at www.ricardomiller.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to do the work. These are my nevers for you to focus on today. Let's repeat them together. If you got them, write them down. Own them. Work on them as necessary. At the end of the day, remind yourself, you got to do this. Number one, never seek approval. Oh, Ricardo, you don't understand. I struggle with that. Help is available to you. Number two, never beg for attention. Oh, my goodness. Hey, it's me. See me. Hey, never beg for attention. Let me tell you something. Be so good at what you do that you can't be ignored. Just learn how to sharpen your skill to a degree. Now, let me tell you something. Doors just continually open for you because guess what? You're the best at what you do. Just keep being the best at what you do. And listen, everything will open itself up for you. Everything. Show up strong and deliver like no one else has ever delivered, and you will never have to beg for attention. All right? Number three, never quit. Never quit on becoming the best version of yourself. Never quit on fulfilling your dreams and aspirations. Never quit on yourself. When you see your vision and you understand where you're trying to go, make adjustments as necessary, but don't quit. Number one. Next one. Never suppress your voice. Never suppress your voice. Learn how to express yourself. Learn how to express yourself with your children. Learn how to express yourself in your relationship. Learn how to express yourself on your job. Learn how to express yourself in public. There are some people, I never speak up. I don't never speak up. Now, that's hurting you because you have something to say. And it's not only hurting you, it could be hurting your children. It could be hurting your marriage. It could be, it could be hurting even your workspace. It could be hurting humanity. The truth is you could have something to offer so great, but because you haven't embraced the concept of expressing yourself in a healthy way, unfortunately, we're not benefiting from you. Okay? Never react in anger. Never make excuses. Never blame others. And last but not least, never doubt yourself. I'm just telling you, you are responsible for creating the life you desire. But if you are doing what you shouldn't do, you'll never get what you should get. The things that you deserve, unfortunately, won't ever come to you because you're violating the principles of living life effectively. Check out my book. Read it again if you got it already. Do what you got to do to become the best version of yourself. I'm out, guys. Have a great day.